Welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up an outbound route in Sangoma PBXact. The first thing you'll need to do is to web to your PBX, your Sangoma device, and log in. Once you've logged in, you'll need to go to Modules and Outbound Routes. Now to set up an outbound route, you'll need to have a trunk to send your calls to. We already have our trunk set up. I've covered that in a different video, and I can link that in the description below. Once you've gone to Outbound Routes, you'll want to click Add Outbound Route. Once it's opened, you'll need to give the route a name. I'm going to name ours today to ITS PRI. And I'm going to give it a caller ID. We'll go 555 555 5656. Now, this caller ID will be used if the call that is being made hits this route and tries to go out. It'll remask the number as what you've put in here. If you've specified something on your extension and you do not click the override extension box, which is next, then it will ignore what's here and use what's on the extension unless you checked yes on this override extension. You can also add a route password if you wish. This just requires users to put in a password when they hit this route to make a call, but we're going to leave majority of the options empty for today for the use of a simple route. The next thing you'll need to make sure you select though is trunk sequence for matched routes. You'll select the first option here and select the trunk that you've created. The next thing you'll need to do is select dial patterns. This route for us is going to be sending calls to our PRI, so there'll be outbound calls. This PRI is also located in our office, so I'll also go ahead and set up 911 calling, emergency dialing. Now, Sangoma has a really nice wizard. As long as your 911 calls are pretty standard, the best thing to do for creating them all at once is to click Dial Pattern Wizards, uncheck these, make sure you have US Emergency selected, and generate routes. And it will create all your 911, your 9911, your 91911s, and any other option that somebody may dial to get to 911 and send it to the outbound route. The next thing that you'll want to do is to, if you're going to be using this for external calls, is to set up those dial patterns here. I do believe Sangoma's wiki has the supported wildcards that you can use in this pattern. For today's purposes, we're going to use extremely basic dial patterns, and they'll be pretty easy to follow. The first one will be 7-digit dialing using 9 to get an outside line. We'll select 9 and then 7 uppercase X's. We'll add a new route, and we'll also do one for 10-digit dialing in case the user decides to dial 10 digits. We'll do 9 XXX XXX XXXX and 10 X's. And the last one I like to do is long distance calling. And the easiest way to do it is to do 9 1 XXX XXX XXXX. Now you can get more granular with your dial patterns. You can do the 9 in the prefix slot where it'll strip it before it sends the call out. I am stripping the 9 at the router instead of stripping it here. So to match my dial peer that's on my Cisco router, I need it to send with a 9. So we will not be putting it as a prefix to be stripped. And then we will click Submit. There are other options that you can set up in your route. We are not going to set them up today. I can show you the two tabs. They're ImportExport Route, ImportExport Patterns in case you've moved over to a new device or you've got a bunch of them that you're going to put in. You can use a CSV file to import them all at one time. And then the additional settings is you can select a call limit if you have that option available. You can select for call recording to force, yes, no, never, don't care. Class of service is enabled, and you'll use class of service to manage those routes. And then there's other options here. We're not using any of these options. This is a very basic outbound calling outbound route. That is how you create outbound routes. The last thing you'll need to do after clicking submit is to apply config. Once your apply config has run and is completed, if you do have class of services and your phones are in those class of services and you want them to be able to use this outbound route, then you'll need to make sure that it is in the allow column of the routes, and that is going to be covered in another video. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.